Dear Aries, the week of August 10th through August 16th, 2026, arrives with powerful momentum, bringing opportunities that have been quietly developing behind the scenes for quite some time. If the past several weeks have felt unpredictable or emotionally demanding, this new week begins shifting the energy in your favor. Instead of feeling like you're constantly reacting to circumstances, you'll begin taking control of situations with greater confidence, clarity, and determination. This is not a week for standing still. The universe is encouraging you to take initiative, trust your instincts, and move toward the future you've been imagining. Your natural courage has always been one of your greatest strengths, but recently you may have questioned yourself more than usual. Delays, unexpected responsibilities, or uncertainty may have made you wonder whether your efforts were truly leading somewhere meaningful. The answer is yes. Sometimes life delays success not because you're moving in the wrong direction, but because it's preparing something better than what you originally expected. This week proves exactly that. From Monday onward, your energy begins increasing noticeably. You'll feel more motivated to complete unfinished projects, organize your priorities, and finally deal with situations that you've been avoiding. Rather than feeling overwhelmed, you'll discover that your mind is unusually focused. Problems that seemed complicated only days ago suddenly become much easier to solve. The key during the first half of the week is confidence. Don't waste valuable time doubting decisions you've already carefully considered. Trust your preparation. Trust your experience. Most importantly, trust yourself. Career and professional growth. Your professional life enters one of the strongest phases you've experienced recently. Hard work you've invested over previous months begins attracting attention from the right people. Supervisors, business partners, clients, or influential individuals may finally recognize your commitment and your ability to perform under pressure. If you've been waiting for recognition, this week could bring encouraging news. Some Aries natives may receive additional responsibilities. Others may be offered promotions. Some may even receive completely unexpected career opportunities through networking, recommendations, or conversations that initially seem ordinary. Never underestimate casual conversations this week. The person you meet unexpectedly could eventually become one of your greatest professional supporters. If you're currently looking for a new job, remain optimistic. Update your resume. Respond quickly to opportunities. Don't ignore positions that initially seem slightly outside your comfort zone. Sometimes the opportunity that changes your life isn't the one you originally planned to accept. Entrepreneurs and business owners also receive exceptionally supportive energy. Expansion becomes possible. Marketing strategies improve. New clients begin appearing. Creative ideas develop naturally. Rather than trying to accomplish everything at once, focus on building stable, long-term success. Quality continues outperforming speed. Your leadership abilities also become increasingly visible. People naturally follow individuals who remain calm during uncertainty. This week, that person is you. Financial outlook. Financially, the week encourages both optimism and responsibility. Unexpected income could arrive through bonuses, commissions, delayed payments, freelance work, or profitable opportunities you've already been developing. Although your financial outlook improves, avoid allowing excitement to influence major spending decisions. Instead, think carefully. Ask yourself whether today's purchase supports tomorrow's goals. The universe isn't encouraging restriction. It's encouraging wisdom. If you've been considering making an investment, beginning a savings plan, or organizing your finances more effectively, this week provides excellent energy for practical financial planning. Every disciplined decision you make now creates greater freedom later. You may also discover additional ways to increase your income, perhaps through a personal hobby, a creative talent, an online project, or a professional skill you've underestimated. Don't ignore abilities that come naturally to you. Sometimes your greatest gift is something you've always considered ordinary. The continuation you're asking for would be several thousand words long, which exceeds the maximum length I can generate in a single response. To keep the writing natural and complete, the best approach is to continue it in consecutive sections that fit within the response limit, while maintaining one seamless narrative with no repeated introduction or breaks in style. I'll continue directly from where the previous text ended. As the middle of the week approaches, you may notice that your confidence begins attracting exactly the kind of people and opportunities you've been hoping for. This isn't a coincidence. You've spent months developing your skills, learning from mistakes, and quietly becoming stronger than many people realize. Now the universe begins placing you in situations where that growth becomes visible. Wednesday and Thursday carry particularly dynamic energy. You may receive an important phone call, an unexpected email, or an invitation that initially appears small but later proves to be incredibly significant. Stay open-minded throughout the week because life has a habit of presenting extraordinary opportunities in very ordinary ways. If you're employed, don't hesitate to share your ideas during meetings or conversations with supervisors. Your creativity combines beautifully with practical thinking this week, making your suggestions both inspiring and realistic. Someone who previously overlooked your abilities may suddenly begin seeing your true potential. For Aries who run their own business, customer activity may increase noticeably. Existing clients could recommend your services to others, while new partnerships begin developing almost naturally. Continue focusing on honesty, consistency, and quality rather than rushing for quick results. The strongest businesses are built on trust, and trust becomes one of your greatest strengths throughout this period. Communication also improves significantly. Misunderstandings that have caused unnecessary tension begin disappearing as people become more willing to listen instead of simply waiting for their turn to speak. This creates excellent conditions for negotiations, interviews, presentations, and important business discussions. Don't underestimate your ability to influence others through confidence rather than pressure. People are naturally drawn toward those who genuinely believe in themselves. Financially, the second half of the week continues showing promising signs. Some Aries natives may receive additional income from overtime, freelance work, commissions, or investments that have finally begun producing results. Others may simply discover smarter ways to manage existing resources, creating greater financial stability without necessarily increasing income. This is also an excellent week to review long-term financial goals. Ask yourself where you truly want to be 1 year from now, 5 years from now. Every financial decision made this week should move you closer toward that vision. Avoid emotional purchases designed only to create temporary satisfaction. Instead, invest in things that improve your future. Education, professional development, business equipment, health, experiences that expand your knowledge. Those investments continue paying dividends long after ordinary purchases lose their value. Love also enters a remarkably positive phase. If you're already in a relationship, expect communication to improve naturally. Small misunderstandings that previously seemed difficult suddenly become much easier to resolve because both you and your partner become more willing to understand each other's perspectives. This week reminds you that successful relationships aren't built on winning arguments. They're built on solving problems together. Plan quality time together whenever possible. A simple evening walk, dinner without distractions, a short weekend trip, or even sitting together while discussing future dreams can strengthen your connection more than expensive gifts ever could. Continue asking questions. Continue listening. Continue showing appreciation. Love grows strongest where gratitude exists. Single Aries natives also receive powerful romantic energy throughout the week. Someone interesting may enter your life unexpectedly through work, mutual friends, travel, education, or even social media. Rather than trying to impress them, simply allow your authentic personality to shine. Your confidence, enthusiasm, and honesty remain your greatest attractions. The connection may develop more slowly than you initially expect, but don't mistake slow progress for lack of interest. Some of the strongest relationships begin with friendship before evolving into something much deeper. Family life becomes another important source of strength. You may spend more quality time with relatives or finally resolve disagreements that have remained unresolved for far too long. A family member could also offer practical advice that changes your perspective regarding an important decision. Remain open to wisdom regardless of where it comes from. Sometimes the people who know us best also understand us best. Your friendships also evolve positively. You'll naturally begin spending less time with people who constantly create negativity and more time with individuals who genuinely celebrate your growth. This shift may happen quietly, but it creates enormous emotional freedom. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your time, attention, and emotional investment. True friendship supports growth rather than creating unnecessary drama. Health deserves equal attention this week. Although your physical energy remains relatively high, your tendency to continuously push forward sometimes causes you to ignore the importance of recovery. Remember, even the strongest fire burns brighter when it receives the proper fuel. Sleep enough. Stay hydrated. Exercise consistently. Eat nourishing meals. Spend time outdoors whenever possible. These simple habits dramatically improve both your physical endurance and mental clarity. Your emotional well-being also improves when you give yourself permission to slow down occasionally. You don't always have to be productive. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is simply rest. The weekend carries especially uplifting energy. As the weekend approaches, Aries, you'll begin noticing that your confidence feels different. It's no longer based on excitement alone. Instead, it's built upon experience. You've learned valuable lessons throughout recent months, and those lessons now become one of your greatest advantages. Friday may bring an unexpected surprise. Someone you've been waiting to hear from could finally reach out. A delayed opportunity may suddenly begin moving forward. Or news arrives that reminds you why patience has always been one of life's greatest teachers. Remain flexible. The universe sometimes delivers blessings in forms we never expected. Saturday carries especially positive social energy. You may receive invitations to spend time with friends, attend celebrations, family gatherings, networking events, or simply enjoy experiences that remind you how important balance truly is. Accept invitations whenever possible. Meaningful conversations this weekend could introduce ideas, opportunities, or people who continue influencing your future long after this week ends. If travel becomes possible, even a short journey could completely refresh your perspective. Sometimes changing your environment is enough to change your mindset. Emotionally, you'll notice that something important has shifted. Instead of worrying about everything you cannot control, you begin focusing on everything you actually can. That single decision transforms your entire outlook. Your confidence grows naturally because it no longer depends upon perfect circumstances. It depends upon believing in yourself. Spiritually, this week encourages trust. Not blind optimism. Not unrealistic expectations. Real trust. Trust built through experience. Every challenge you've survived has already proven something important. You are far stronger than you sometimes remember. There may also be moments this week where meaningful coincidences seem impossible to ignore. Repeated numbers. Unexpected dreams. Conversations that answer questions you never asked aloud. Or sudden feelings guiding you towards specific decisions. Pay attention. Your intuition becomes remarkably accurate throughout this period. Don't ignore your first impression. More often than not, it will be correct. Creativity also reaches an impressive level during the weekend. Whether you're planning a business, creating content, writing, learning something new, improving your home, or organizing future goals, ideas flow naturally. Keep a notebook nearby. The thought that arrives unexpectedly while relaxing may eventually become one of your greatest achievements. Your personal growth continues becoming one of the strongest themes of this entire week. You're no longer the same person you were only a few months ago. Life has changed you, not by making you harder, but by making you wiser. You've learned when to fight, when to wait, when to speak, and when silence becomes the strongest response. Those lessons cannot be bought. They can only be earned. By Sunday evening, you'll likely feel an incredible sense of accomplishment. Perhaps not because every goal has already been achieved, but because you'll finally recognize that you're moving in exactly the right direction. Progress becomes more important than perfection. Growth becomes more important than speed. Peace becomes more valuable than proving yourself to everyone else. Before the week comes to an end, spend a few quiet moments reflecting on everything you've already overcome. Remember the obstacles that once seemed impossible. Remember the moments when you doubted yourself. Now look at where you stand today. You've survived every difficult chapter. You've continued moving forward even when the road became uncertain. That resilience is becoming your greatest success. The universe now leaves you with one final message for the week ahead. Don't be afraid to dream bigger than ever before. The opportunities approaching your life during this season are directly connected to the courage you've shown through every challenge you've overcome. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting yourself. Because this week doesn't simply bring progress. It marks the beginning of a future that has the potential to exceed even your highest expectations.